Hello, and welcome to the second devlog for Lucen. I want to start off by thanking you all so much for the love and overwhelming amount of positive feedback you gave to my first devlog. I was not expecting this level of positivity, and your comments make me really happy and give me a ton of motivation. I appreciate it a lot, and will endeavour to make Lucen the absolute best that I can. A few people have mentioned their interest in learning more about Houdini and its use for game dev, so I'm thinking of making some quick tip tutorial videos covering some basics alongside making these devlogs. Let me know in the comments the kind of tips you'd like to see. I had a minor setback last week with the environment I was previously working on. The map file corrupted somehow and I lost a few days worth of work on it, which is frustrating. But not to worry, I'll only have to redo the lighting and post-process since all the assets are still there. This past fortnight I've been working on a new environment for a different area, this time some woods. My plan is that there will be small streams running through it with fish in them that you can catch, and some ancient ruins of an altar to the old gods from a civilization no one knew existed. I polished up some of the existing assets and added some rubble piles for the broken pillars and made a really basic block out in Houdini for the beginning of the ruins layout. I'll need to make a few more assets for it in the coming days and weeks. For the trees, I utilised the tree generator I had made previously and made some changes to add some trunk and branch details. I then created some really massive trees to fit this environment, changed the layout of the leaves and made a new placeholder alpha texture in Photoshop. My favourite thing I've done this past fortnight though, is the falling tree simulation. I really wanted to test the viability of getting a large scale simulation like this into Unreal, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. The tree simulation is a mixture of rigid body and soft constraints and a particle sim for the leaves. I exported the trunk and branches as FBX and the leaves as vertex animations using the Houdini game dev toolset. It was quite a process getting all the settings right for something of this scale, but it got there in the end and I'm really happy with the result. Another thing I worked on since the last log is Lucen's sword. It was way overdue, so I ended up taking some time to do a basic silhouette design and then sculpt it in ZBrush and texture it in Substance Painter. It was really fun getting back into ZBrush and Substance as I haven't used them in a while. I love the sculpting process and hope to do more of it soon. I also made some placeholder effects for the light coming from the sword using a panning texture I created in Substance Designer. Now would be a good time to talk about the gameplay mechanics I have in store for Lucen. The theme of the game is centered around light and its presence and absence. One of the first encounters Lucen has after leaving his darkness-shrouded village is with an old man who lives in a cave. He lives just a short distance from the village and knew you would be coming. He gives you a sword that holds the power to harness light. You learn how to use this sword to absorb light from the environment and discharge it with augmented attacks that deal more damage and have special properties. I'm really excited to start implementing this mechanic soon, as it will be central to the core of the gameplay. You'll even be able to charge up the sword and use it to illuminate your way through dark areas like caves. In the coming weeks, I'd like to expand more on this new environment, including making some additional assets, adding effects like fireflies and birds overhead, polishing the tree felling and implementing the cutting portion into the gameplay. I'll also be working to add new combat animations and combos, and start designing some new enemies. Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this week's devlog. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more, and feel free to follow me on Twitter or join the Discord, the links are in the description.